Hey everyone, I hope you had a great Christmas and are looking forward to New Year. I've been spending the days between, when I'm not working, playing and buying lots of things on Steam, because the Steam winter sale is in action until the 3rd of January 2019. This year I seem to be buying either city builder games, management sims, or multiplayer games, and I love multiplayer games, and I know quite a few of you on the channel do as well. So here's 5 that I've picked up that could be entertaining that you may not have come across before. The first one is Clatter, and this is the only one of the 5 that is online multiplayer only, instead of being all local. However, you can play in a single player campaign or have AI bots in as well. It's a turn-based strategy game which is similar to me to chess, but it's turn-based in a way that it's designed to be completed within a few minutes of you playing. So very tight-knit, simple to learn, difficult to master. Each of your robots on your team, which you can pre-select, so you can take out robots that you don't think are great for you and put in different ones if you want. So you build your own team of mechs and robots, take them into battle and plan to spank 10 barrels of electronic poo out of the other team. However, as you're doing that, the arena around you is collapsing, so it's forcing you constantly into the centre of the arena. So you can't be defensive for too long because you'll then need to be tactically aggressive. The idea around this though is that you can line up your mechs if you've chosen your battle and placed your people right, so that you can then combo damage and then take out the other team. I find strategy games really interesting, but I don't necessarily have the time to go in and learn the deep mechanics of everything, which is why Clatter really works for me. So I've played a few games of it. I feel like I've got the nuance of quite a lot of the different mechs, and I'm like, yes, take it to battle. I wish there was local player multiplayer to play with as well, but sadly there is not, and it doesn't look like they'll be coming. However, Clatter is out now. It's 20% off, and that's because it only came out in December. Next up on my list is Super Pong. This is Pong with steroids, and it's for 1 to 6 players locally only. You can swap in AI if you've got less, or if you're on your own. The AI isn't fantastic though, but it does provide a decent enough challenge if you bang it all the way up to the maximum difficulty. The idea of this is that it's Pong, but you've got pinball paddles instead of just like one paddle for you to move around. So where you're playing Pong in a circle, you want to strategically bat the ball to whoever's rubbish at the game, depending on how you're playing. So it could be that you're trying to score as many goals, so therefore you get as many points to then win the game. Or it could be that you're playing protect mode and you've all starting with 10 points, and then every time you let a ball past, you'll lose a point. The beauty of Super Pong though is that you can turn the difficulty up really horribly if you want to. So you can have multiple balls, you can change the speed of your paddle movement, also how aggressive if you smack a paddle, where it's going to go. And you can put in power-ups and spells is what they call it in the game as well, so that you can place obstacles in the middle of the circle to really make things bounce off. It's like Pong with a pinball edge, but with 6 players all in a circle. It also reminds me of one of the games in Crash Bash on PS1, so if you liked that one, and you all know the one I'm talking about, pick this up. Super Pong, 40% off, available now. Next up is a digital game called Gloom, and it's a digital version of a card-based board game. Card game, I guess that's what it would be called. Gloom is an interesting one because although it's digitalised the actual card game itself, the main aspect of the game takes place actually outside of the game and in the conversations that you have with people, because it's all around story building. So you take control of a family and you have to make them as sad and miserable as possible, and then make their death as tragic as possible. You accumulate points as you do that, and basically you need to choose at the right point of their tragic life to end their life to score the maximum points. But in doing that, you can weave a really good story by talking about how they die and making it all sad and tragic as you go. So if you're a storyteller and you like to weave in imaginative, hell-bent adventures on things, this could be really good for you and your mates, but you have to all be into it to get it, if that makes sense. If you've got people that haven't got any imagination and just want to play cards, then Gloom is probably not for you. If you want to see some really good examples of it, Will Wheaton has played Gloom, like the actual channel card game, on his channel, and they make up some really fucked up stories, and that's generally how my games of Gloom go. It's out now, it's 60% off, and I think if you buy it along with its expansion pack, it's 67% off, but don't quote me on that. Available now, and it's like £2.20. Next up is Ascension. Now this is a primarily single player game, but it can also be played in co-op / time trial for multiplayers. And sometimes these types of games can be proper rage inducing for people and can be quite good fun at a party. So the idea of this is it's like a precision based speed challenge, speed runner, but it's in a spherical world. So each level is a ball. You'll need to work your way around the ball, and it's around the perspective that it gives you. It's really cool and it's quite unique, and I really like the way how it's put together. Each of the levels feel very doable, but it's then around actually who can get the fastest time, because you've got a speed up and a slow down option, and you will speed up when you think it's safe and it's really not. So yeah, do this as time trials with some mates. You do all play together, so it will go into split screen mode for you to all play together if you want to. Good giggle. Out now. You're just watching a single player action on screen. Lastly on my list is Super Sport Machan, and this evokes memories for me of Olympic gold on the Master System and Mega Drive, for those of you who are old enough. It's 8-bit to the core, it's hilarious, it's Olympics gone mad for 1 to 4 players locally, and it is 50% off. This game is all around like button mashing, running, jumping, climbing different things, so like almost rhythmic in terms of how you press the buttons and that kind of stuff. So it's about coordination, button mashing, and memory games essentially, but put in a cutesy, stupid Olympic-based setting. It's just good fun. 1 to 4 players locally, had a good laugh with it. Plenty of different mini games. Some of them feel a little bit samey because there's quite a few sprint race type things, but there's more to the game than meets the eye. And yeah, I had a good giggle with it, as I had with all of these games that are all available now, between 20 to 60% off. If you've picked up any other local multiplayer stuff, pop it below. I did pick up some more, but I just haven't had a chance to test them yet, and I'll probably circle back to showcase them later on. Have a great new year. I'll be doing a video beforehand, so don't you worry. Take care. Bye! This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.